Now, telecoms operators say they face a very real threat of being disconnected by their foreign counterparts and equipment suppliers over their inability to honor their financial obligations in foreign currencies. They've been battling to convince the Central Bank of Nigeria to allocate more forex to them to meet their obligations. They warn that if urgent steps are not taken to address the problem, telecom services in the country could be disrupted. Well, CGTN's Deji Badmus has been talking to the chairman of the Association of Licensed Telecommunications Operators of Nigeria, Benga Adebayo.
We are affected to the extent that a number of the players in the industry are finding it difficult to honor their foreign exchange obligations. Few months ago, about a year ago, the federal government of Nigeria declared that the economy was in recession. Foreign exchange became very scarce, and a number of services that are denominated in foreign currency became very difficult to continue to procure.
Now, recently you were quoted to have said some foreign firms and equipment suppliers were threatening to cut supplies, not to supply the Nigerian telecoms industry. Of course, you did not mention some of the firms, some of the telecoms firms now that could be under a threat, but you said some of these equipment suppliers are threatening to cut supplies and all of that. Could you expatiate more on that?
The problem is actually that when operators apply to the Central Bank of Nigeria for foreign exchange, the waiting time sometimes could be as long as 6 to 8 months. Within that period of time, if you have a payment cycle of 90 days, you naturally will have exceeded that before you have access to foreign exchange, if at all is available from the CBN. So the consequence of the delay in getting forex is leading to threats by foreign service providers who are supporting the industry to threaten disconnection, because in some cases, benefiting parties, which are operators of Nigeria, are not able to honor those obligations within limits of time due to non-availability and now no access to foreign exchange.
Now, if this issue is not resolved fast enough, what could be the possible consequence for the Nigerian telecoms industry?
The consequences could be very severe, and could be severe to the extent that international connecting parties to whom we have interconnect obligations may begin to enforce sanctions, which could lead to disconnection of services, and that would be bad for the industry and for the economy. Also, suppliers, vendors who supply equipment for maintenance and as well as upgrade of facilities on our national network may not continue to honor those obligations if the payment terms are not honored and they're not certain. And the end of this could lead to poor quality of services, poor grade of service. It may also lead to increase in cost of providing services. It might affect tariff, end user tariff, because if players are forced to source for the foreign exchange at higher rates than it is official, that the official rate, there may be consideration for review of tariff that's being charged.